mic in this camera now
Okay.
because there was so much problem with the blue mic as far as I don't know if it was connectivity problems or me forgetting to turn it on problems,
Okay.
but there were some problems. Welcome,
Okay.
welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I can't see that far away. I don't have my camera, my phone plugged into the TV, so I won't be able to see very well. Hey,
Sure.
what's up? Thank you. What does that say? Does that say Keen? I can't. Gosh, I wish I could
Keen
see.
down. Keen.
Yes, thank you. So this
Keen.
is this is a little shorter wig. So this is the wig that I wear a lot just when I'm doing
Thank
makeup.
you, Holly.
So
Hi.
it's not a really expensive
Hi,
wig or anything.
Heather.
Um, well, thank you for saying that. I want to. I'm going to plug it in so I can read. I want to give some shout outs and I want to be able to do that. But I'm afraid that when I plug this into the screen, that it interferes with the audio when we have guests on. And so we'll see if this works. I don't know.
Thank you, everyone. Let's see. Oh, that one's mine up there. Right?
Yes, yours. Oh, I can read up yours a little bit.
There you go.
All right, Robin, thank you for being here.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Thank you,
Yes, so this is
Tammy.
just a really cheap wig. It's nice
Hi,
that I don't ever
Judy.
have to style it. Just literally wash it, shake it, dry it, brush it, and it's pretty much good to go. But it also doesn't have the texture, the volume. You can't style it. You can't curl it. You can't do all of those things. Judy, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. Michael, thank you. Hello, hello.
Hey.
All
Okay.
right, what a good day. What a good day
Yay.
today. We are going to do some questions. So there's a lot of questions. I guess when you go on to TikTok, you can. Hey, Heather's here. Yay.
There you go. I
Um,
have to find them because.
so Heather, listen. So if anyone's being really disgusting or just disturbing, no, we don't want that. So just take a screenshot of it before you boot them off the island. But as much as you can, we really just want to let as many people stay here as we can. I hope that we have enough good people here that can respond to those people so that I don't really have to address them while we're live. You know, we don't like addressing that kind of stuff. Ashpop, thank you for being here. Um, Different gamer, thank you for being here.
Oh,
Marcia, thank you. So I'll switch wigs. I don't know if you can see, I've got several wigs over here lined out. I thought maybe we could switch some tonight. I don't know. So I've got the red one. I got the long red one back by the picture. I got a black one. I got the long other human hair one that's good. So we have some other wigs. So I thought maybe we could answer a few questions,
everyone.
and we'll just do some wig swapping a little bit along the way. What is today? Is today Monday?
Yes.
Monday wig day. It's not. It could have been Wednesday wig day, but we'll make it Monday wig day if we want to. So, Judy, thank you for being here. So, guys, listen, we are actually trying something new. We are trying to do a live stream on Instagram as well. So we got the OBS set up. So I believe that we're streaming right now on YouTube as well as TikTok, and we're trying something on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, hopefully that will work. But I don't think you're going to be able to see the comments, but hopefully you'll be able to hear if guests call in and we talk back and forth. But let's see, Kayla, I'm transgender girl from Bradenton, Florida. Does anyone support me? Hey, I support you,
Yes,
Kayla. I
I
support you
do.
100%. Thank you for being here. You're in the right place if you're looking for support. So we really look forward to hearing what you have to offer the community because we want to support you. We want to rally around you. But it's not just trans people we want to support. We want to support every single person and their journey to be their best self, whatever that looks like. And I
Join
realize
Discord.
that it's not always going to be about gender for most people. For most people, it's not going to. But we want to support your best self, no matter what that looks like, for sure.
All right, Abe. I think we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to block you.
What is Abe already being not nice? Abe, you're here right now. We need you here. We don't want to kick anyone off the island, but we're gonna have to if you can't be at least nice. So that's gonna be, good. Peter's dad. Not everybody is as. Uh, no, I almost said something negative, and that would have been the
Wow.
wrong way to start this program. But anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Instagram. Hi from Kyle of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Love Kyle. Yay! Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for being here. Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's the Green Bay Packers. Um,
Oh, geez,
that's great.
that was me. I
It
don't
was you.
know.
Will do something, sweetie. What do you think? Do you think that we should wait? I got a quick question, really quick. And I had this question earlier. So we live in southern Utah. We live in an area where there is a lot of fundamental fundamentalist LDS people. So there's a lot of polygamists here in this community. If you go to Costco, you go to Walmart, you go anywhere, you go to the gas station, you're going to see a lot of polygamists. And my question for you is, do you think it would be more difficult to be married to a transgender person or a polygamist? And it's not derogatory. There's not a right or wrong answer. I'm just wondering from your perspective, with what you know about both of those things, which one of those things would be more difficult for you to deal with? So what would be those? What would be an answer to that?
Hi from Chicago.
The
Thank
the
you.
polyg would be easier to deal with. Is that
Oh,
the polygamist? So that would be
interesting.
the easier. Okay. St. George Poly, the polygamist. So the polygamist would be easier
Is
to
neither an option?
yes, neither is absolutely an option, right? It's absolutely.
Okay, so polygamy would be harder, I think they're saying.
Oh, they're saying polygamy would be
Harder,
harder. Okay, polygamy was harder.
And
Okay.
a lot, and the reason this is brought up is because
Okay,
I've been
Rendell.
watching a documentary on young girls escaping polygamy, and Alyssa heard what was going on and was like, wait a second, wow, wouldn't that be hard? I'm like, honey, there's no polygamy going on in here. I'm so sorry.
But I wasn't asking for permission for
No,
polygamy.
that's
I was
not
simply
what-
saying, hey, this is an interesting scenario. That seems very difficult. Do you think it's more difficult than what you have to experience every single day? That's my question.
Yeah.
It would be harder to know the person is so unhappy. No, I wouldn't be able to share my partner in polygamy. Yeah, okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's easier to be married to one person for sure. Hey, I was on
sure.
escaping polygamy. Wait, what?
Really, you are on Escaping Polygamy, and is that what you're watching right now? Yay!
This is the second time I've watched it, and I've seen a couple of the girls in Salt Lake when I was there, and so I wanted to rewatch it to refresh my memory. So, hello if you're there, and hopefully.
Google my name, yes.
Okay.
Yay, look at that. How fun is that that you're watching something that this individual was on? Hey, and by the way, no disrespect. I'm sorry if that question came across disrespectful. I meant no disrespect whatsoever. I think that would be a difficult situation. I know this is a difficult situation as far as just, the girl's standpoint. I'm just wondering which one of those, without knowing very much about either one,
Few
seems
Warren
like
Jeff's daughters
harder.
are on here right now. Well, hello.
Yay,
and
thank you for
I
being
welcome
here.
You, and
Hey, and how strong are
I
those
have a
girls?
lot of friends who have, because we're in, close to some of their cities. I have some friends who have actually been in our home, and we love them and support them, and we hope all is well with everyone. I think I'm gonna get emotional because I worry about everyone and I want everyone safe, and it's just kind of like the
Thank you,
thing
Gabby.
with transgender. We just want to hold you and accept you and bring you into our world and make sure you're safe. And
Wow, you're strong. So yes, if you are in polygamy or trying to get out of polygamy, did you see what she said? She said that she lives close and she would love to help people be able to get out if that's what they want to do. How brave is that? Like this is brave. I know they don't play there, and that's a big deal. So if you are in
look,
polygamy,
I don't know
you're
if
so
you can see,
strong, you're
but
so
I'm
brave,
shaking right now.
really. And if you want to reach out, maybe we can help you, if
Mm,
that's an option for you.
somebody
That's right.
just waiting for the next season,
Ash,
right?
yeah, Ash just finished. Wow.
Whew.
That's amazing. So yep, so that's our community. That's where we live. That's the history of the church out here that we were a part of for so long, and that's it. Are you both trans? No, I am the trans, and that is the gorgeous wife of 26 years right next to me.
Okay.
I support plural
Early.
marriage so long as it's fair to all genders. Yeah,
And if you're willing.
and if you're willing, that's right. This is not anything about against trans or polygamy. The question was which one would be harder in your point of view, I guess was my only question. So
And I have met.
I am from FLDS as well.
I've
Really?
met some of
Thank you
the.
for being
Actually, I
Steve.
met all of the sister wives and
Steve,
Cody.
yes.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
I've met them, shook their hand, have pictures. Yeah,
It's not
kinda
easy
weird,
to
huh?
escape polygamy. Dangerous. It takes a lot of support and guts. Yeah.
Oh,
Cody
thank you,
checked out
everyone.
right in front of me. I actually was in a Barnes and Noble in Las Vegas up in Summerlin, and Cody was right in front of me, and I was like, nice, I know you.
My wife watches your crazy show.
No, it was great. Cody's a terrible person. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know him at all. I simply recognized him. That's
I
all.
don't know him at all either. And yes. Sorry, I'm just gonna like,
Yes.
whew.
Anyway, thank you. How about this? All these polygamists and how great. We should have a little Southern Utah rally. Not a rally. What I meant was a meet and greet. I didn't mean rally.
Yes,
That's not it at all.
Anisha asked if polygamy is where you have multiple wives. It's multiple wives, not multiple husbands.
That's it.
Honey. Wouldn't that be freaking crazy?
Is it a different name? If there's multiple husbands, is that different than polygamy? Is there a word for that where there's multiple
Well, I
husbands?
kind of guess am I in polygamy because I have a husband and a wife.
I think this is more of like a threesome. I mean, ish.
Okay.
It's a very loose,
Holly,
no, it's a
you're
very
so
tight
awesome. Thank
threesome
you
is
for that.
is what I meant. Very tight.
It broke
Holly, thank
me
you for
and my family. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. How is that?
I wish Mary would have had the
Holly,
affair she deserves.
Holly. Oh, that's so fun. Tammy, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, I
Isn't
love
that
it.
bigamist? That's funny. In California, the government
Oh.
recognizes polygamy in Middle Eastern marriages.
Huh.
Is that right? I didn't know
Okay.
that was legal anywhere. I didn't think it was legal here. I know that in
Yeah.
Texas it was too big of a deal, and they're like, never mind, give these kids back. We don't know what to do with these million
'Cause
kids.
they have so many.
Yeah, what a difficult situation. So my heart goes out to all of you, all of the wives, all of the kids, all of the lost boys that are being kicked out, all of you guys. So, you do have a safe
Thank
place
you,
here.
Joey.
Whether or not we understand it, which we don't, but it's good.
Yeah.
Sweetie, let's answer some questions.
Okay, I have to go back.
Yes, that people.
I'm still like shaking.
hmm
And it's like
We have
it's
a whole-
good, it's just like I want to like reach through and like come in here and I want to talk to you and like
Tina, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. We should, babe. Look how many celebrities we have right here with us. All of them, the police. I kind of want to hear stories. Like, in fact, if one of you have 1,000 people, I would love for you to join us live and just talk to us about that. Like what is that like? Are most people okay with it? Are most people just, hey, this is God's will for us, and so
Thank you
this
for
is the
it.
sacrifice we make for the kingdom? Like, I would love for somebody to join in and just help us understand that so we can, be better at supporting it. That would be great. Anisha, thank you.
Ash wants to be reminded of your
Yes. Yes.
Color
So
foundation.
yes. So this is the
Or-
foundation that I use here. It's CoverGirl Clean. It smells like Noxime or something. It is very, very clean. Guys, in my link tree, we actually have a link, a products link, and it will take you to all of the products that I use. It'll actually take you right to the link, like a little Amazon storefront, so that you don't have to spend all night searching for it. So you can go right to the link and see if it's something that you want to buy. But I think all of my products, if you go right to my link tree and click on the products page, and it will take you to that storefront, and you'll be able to see all of the different products.
They're asking why you use a straw.
Just
Don't
so I don't
wanna
get
ruin makeup.
lipstick all over the cup.
Yep.
Yes. Just curious, do you have, oh shoot, no disrespect, just
A
curious, but
physical relationship. Yep,
Of-
we do.
yeah,
All
very,
the time.
yeah.
I mean, not right now.
No, I'll turn the lights off. I'll turn the lights off right now. Welcome to our,
Aw, Thank you for
what's that? It's not the Just You page. What is that page?
Stop.
Bands only.
Stop.
Let me get the lights.
Stop. Straws.
Never mind.
Straws are good, so you don't mess up your lipstick.
Jay, thank you for being here.
Oh,
Traditional.
traditional marriage, yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Thank you for that.
For the rose.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. I love both. I haven't seen you in a while. Kate, well, I'm glad you're back. Yeah, you know what? We took a couple weeks off. But we're back for right now. So thank you for being here. So Andrew's gonna just rapid fire a bunch of questions that have been coming in, and so we're just gonna go through it really, really quick, and you'll better understand kind of our situation. I'm gonna give you the first piece of information that probably very, very few people know, including my cousins that are on the line here with us watching this. Wow, Emily, thank you. I love that. Thank you. And I love that you love the wig. This is like the cheapest wig, and it wasn't when I got it, but it's one of the cheaper wigs I have, and it's so easy, and I don't have to style it. Okay, so there's the questions right there. So here's the first piece of information that probably most people do not know about me. I know that using the dead name is a big deal in the trans community. Kevin is not a dead name because it's still an active name for me. I do not
Thank you, Lisa.
live full time as Allyssa, and when I'm not Allyssa, I go by Kevin. However, Kevin is not my first name. Kevin is my middle name. So Allyssa is my girl name. Kevin is the name I go by when I'm a boy. My first name is John, John, and our last name is Connor. So I am John Connor, but I go by Kevin when I'm not going by Allyssa. So that is the first piece of information that probably most people did not know.
All right, so we have
I want to be
some.
simple. Just Jay, thank you for being here. Do you feel pressured to be Kevin? Abby, that's a great question. I don't feel pressure to be Kevin. I feel completely at liberty to be Allyssa when I can. It's not always possible. There's so much family dynamic and the work and stuff with the children, and so it's not always going to be possible. But overall, it's possible most of the time. So I don't feel pressure to be Kevin. I just do whatever we can facilitate as it's organically healthy for the most number of people.
Be yourself. You got this. Yes.
Jax, thank you. You need to be who you are. Isn't that true?
John, Kevin, Connor.
John.
Don't make me sing, Amy. We'll lose some more people.
So do you work as Kevin? I did work as Kevin. So I stopped working as Kevin about 6 months ago, 7 months ago. And I stopped my corporate career. I was in middle management, and I left that after about 20 years. I was in the director level position for the last 20 years. And now I'm just doing some stuff with transgender awareness. And that program has come along very, very good. And hopefully we'll be able to unroll that to you, very, very soon.
Did you hide Allyssa when you were working?
Yes. Yes, I did hide Allyssa as I was working. As I left the last place I worked, I was a national sales director for a medical device company, but I did tell one of my really good buddies and my boss, and he was so incredibly gracious and kind and so encouraging and supportive. So I don't know that they would have had a problem with it if I stayed, but it just wasn't worth staying for. I needed to come and do this first. So yes, very few people in my professional life knew, although it seems like over the last maybe 7 to 8 years, there was always a group of managers that worked for me, and maybe some of the key employees that knew. And so we would go out as a group and we would go do things and get together and dinners and dances and that kind of stuff. So yes, there was a small handful of people at the last few places I've worked that did know and were so incredibly supportive, incredibly. So that's kind of what it was. All right, sweetie, was there any questions that you want to tackle?
My wife didn't sign up for this.
Carol, so that's a good point, Carol. She didn't sign up for this because 26 years ago when we got married, there wasn't just, hey, by the way, I'm transgender. That wasn't an issue. But the conversation that we had kind of went like this. Hey, babe, listen, I don't know if there's a word for this, but girl things are very, very important to me, like very important. I feel very valuable, and I have so much respect for everything that's feminine, and I feel very valuable when I can, participate in that world. And she said, okay, well then when we get a chance, why don't you participate in that world? And it's just organically got to this point. Now I'm 50 years old now. We've been married for 26 years. So she didn't just say, oh my gosh, well, let's go buy a wig as quick as we can. That's not how it went. It wasn't like that. But the last, 6 or 7 months have been like that. And when I wake up in the morning, if I have an opportunity to be Allyssa, then I just be Allyssa, and that's it. So she didn't sign up for that. I don't know that any wife signed up for it, and it's not easy. It's so difficult. It's difficult for her. It's difficult for me. But pointing it out doesn't make it any easier. So I would probably reframe that into a question that's respectful, like, hey, that must be really hard on your wife. How did that go at first? Something like that, instead of accusing me of maybe lying because she didn't sign up for that. So please stick around and reframe the questions in a way that you would like to receive them. It would be helpful for everybody.
People are asking about your merch and how to sign up for the Patreon.
Oh,
Heather,
guys, thank
welcome.
you for asking that. So we do have some really, really fun merch. So this is a little Trans Allyssa logo. So if you go to our link tree, we have a little merch shop in there, and you can get mugs and backpacks and all kinds of really, really fun things. You can also find our storefront for all the makeup in there, and you can also access our Patreon. So if you want to help support us, so we can support others as we get this other business going, then I would encourage you to do that. And oh, look at that T-shirt! Yeah, I was wearing that earlier before I put on this.
It's so fun.
And then if you do choose to be part of the Patreon, we just barely got that going. There's going to be extra blog posts there. There's going to be Ask Alyssa Anything sessions, more personal, more private, more intimate things can be said there than we're willing to say on live. So the top two tiers of Patreon, they come with merchandise. So yeah, that's really fun. And so Michelle, so basically, and then I love to recognize you. So for instance, these are our Patreon supporters right now. Again, we just barely signed up for this. Michelle, thank you so much. Level 2, so that's gonna come with some merch. That's gonna be amazing, and we just appreciate and love you guys so much for helping us, so that we can.
Or are you just trying to be?
So that we can, help support other people. Yes, but thank you.
Thank you. Our kids are very supportive. So
did you get top surgery? Jay, no, I didn't get top surgery. I didn't need to because I've been on hormones now for about 7 years. So after 7 years of hormone, you just get some natural growth and tissue development. So if I'm not wearing, a bra, then I'll be wearing, if I'm in a suit and tie, or going out as Kevin, then I'll be wearing a binder that binds my chest in so that, suits and things would fit more naturally. Why are so many dudes trying to be chicks on here? So 5304, let me ask you why. Why do you think that is? Let me ask you your opinion on that. Why do you think that is? Beth, thank you for being here. So happy you're here. Lauren, thank you. Thank you for joining. Where are the mods? So Piper, the mods are here, but I asked them to be really quiet tonight and not kick people out. I don't want to get rid of people that disagree with me. There's a couple people on here that are really ignorant and just it's so important for them that they tell everybody how, or show everybody how intelligent they aren't by saying crazy shallow things. It's really easy sometimes to sit behind a keyboard and be weird and rude, but some of you will help me to deal with those comments. Listen, the bottom line is, if who I am challenges who you are, the problem is not with me at all. What I want is for you to look at me and say, oh my gosh, look what this person was willing to do to be their best self, to feel their best, to be the happiest, to be the healthiest. And if that's possible, then I can do it as well. If they're willing to stand up to the criticism, to all of the hate, so that they can feel healthy and whole, then whatever that thing is for me that I'm so lazy and afraid to do, I can do it. So I just want this to be more of an inspiration than a criticism. Sammy, thank you for that.
Don't say this out loud. Never mind, I'll tell you later.
No, wait, now I'm intrigued.
I'll screenshot it and show you.
Was it dirty?
No, it's just embarrassing for me. So I just wanted to tell you personally in secret.
Steph, thank you.
How are your extended family
Miranda, thank you.
handling this?
Extended family, that means my cousins, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, some of them are on here tonight. Yeah. They've just been so great. My father passed away just a few months ago, and we were able to reunite at that funeral. And at that time, just before that time, we had an article come out in Daily Mail about us, and several of them had an opportunity to see that. And just a couple weeks ago, we had another article come out in Newsweek about us. So that really brought cousins together that I hadn't been close with for a very long time. So, that has just been so sweet.
They said, sorry for your loss and hope you're okay.
Oh, thank you. Yes, absolutely. I went and spent a few minutes today at the grave just by myself. Before the lives, I like to go for a live drive, is what I call them, and just kind of get my thoughts and my emotions in check. And so I spent a little time in my father's grave, and I just like to just talk out loud. I like to just stand there. My dad was this guy, he the best guy ever, and so I like to just talk out loud, to him, and just work out my stuff, and it's so therapeutic.
I've done that several times myself. It's just like, I've never had like somebody close like pass away since I was younger, like 12. And Alyssa's dad was somebody that was there for me during I don't know, it was this amazing feeling to know that he was there and I could go sit there. I could talk to him. I could talk about the sky, and I know I could feel that he was listening.
Yeah,
So
he loved you a lot.
that was
He
awesome.
really loved Andrea. Somebody asked, did my dad know I
Thank
was
you.
trans? Yes, my dad did know I was trans. Absolutely. My dad loved me very much. My dad never got to see me. Seeing me was not important to him,
Oh,
but he loved me very much. And yes, he did know.
yeah. The
Thank
wig
you,
is
Sam.
giving sass, Emily said.
It is.
So
Hey, do you want to
cute.
switch it? Should I put on the black one? Maybe I do have a
Oh,
long black one. Should we try that one or no?
thank you,
Alyssa, your wife is a knockout.
Layla.
Thank
That's
you for
so
noticing that.
nice.
Thank you. It's offensive when
So
people don't
cute.
knock it, don't like recognize how hot she is. Isn't she
Except for there's
amazing?
a comment before that said that you're hotter than your wife. So
Oh, that was mean
high five.
spirited. That was mean spirited,
No,
and they didn't mean it.
that just like you're happy for me, I'm happy for you. That's
Hmm.
what girls do.
Hmm.
We
I love
hold
that.
that crown on for each other.
Hmm. See, look
You
at this.
know,
How do you not succeed with her?
love the wig.
Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't change the wig because this
Oh,
is an easy wig.
that
Anisha,
was a
thank
good
you.
one. Has your relationship changed, and do you feel like you're dating? It's kind of been a learning experience. So, I have asked Alyssa, hey, I need Alyssa tonight. We need to go out with Alyssa. At least Alyssa needs to take me to get some ice cream. And we do get more deep with Alyssa because Alyssa's really calm and just lets me blah, blah, blah. And
As it turns
so,
out, Kevin may not be that good of a listener because sometimes when she has to reel me in, she's like, okay, stop, enough of that. I need Alyssa for a few minutes. And so, as it turns out, Alyssa may be a better listener than Kevin. And it's probably true. I probably am much more patient, much more
she
understanding,
just
much more
looks
empathetic.
at me when I'm talking and just like, I can see that she's feeling what I'm saying. And so sometimes I'm like, babe, Kevin, I need Alyssa because I need someone to pay attention to this right now. Not that Kevin doesn't, but Alyssa's just, it's just, she's there. And Kevin's there, but sometimes they're all around other places at the same time. Love you, babe.
So I'm working on being a better listener. That's what I'm working on. That's my work this week is I'm being a better listener, more empathetic, and yes, that's what I'm
Oh,
working on.
somebody said they saw you on a live earlier. I don't,
Oh, that's true. That was so fun. I hope that
Rainbow
Moose
Warrior
comes back.
Mama. Just stopping by. I saw you on Corey's live earlier and you look beautiful.
Oh my gosh, Corey.
Aww.
I was looking for Corey, so it's Corey. I hope Corey joins us tonight. I would love if Corey joined us. So Corey is another trans person, so female to male, very, very, manly, handsome
Oh,
guy,
thank
very
you,
together,
Emma.
very polite, very
Thank you,
articulate. And I
Tabitha.
have so many questions for Corey. And
Yes.
so I hope that Corey I hope that he joins us tonight and comes on live with us so I could ask him a bunch of questions so we could all figure out how to better support, the female to
Thank you,
male trans, which
Sarah.
which I know very, very
Thank you,
little about.
Marmar. That was so
Guys, thank
sweet.
you. Will you ever decide to just be Alyssa? You know what, Jin, I don't know. That's not where we're going now. The reality is I've lived 99% of my life as Kevin,
Thank you, Sarah.
and to go from 99% Kevin to 0% Kevin, that doesn't seem very prudent. That doesn't seem very wise. Right now, 50-50 is a really good mix
Thank
for
you,
us
TT.
as we're organically working through all this. As great as Andrea is, you see how incredible she is and how supportive and how loving, you know, she married Kevin and she loves Kevin and those things are important and Kevin's important to her. Kevin's important to me. Kevin's important to the children.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is not about me being greedy and saying, no, I'm going to do what I want because I'm worth it. I'm going to do what I can that's healthy for everybody. So I don't know if I'm going to go full time. And
This is an interesting comment that said, so do you consider them separate people or persons, or is it still you? Why does your personality, something about your personality changing? It's just like kind of like when you wear different clothes or when you style your hair different or different shoes, you act different in those situations. Like if I'm wearing heels, girl, I'm not running after you. But if I'm wearing tennis shoes, I got your back. So it's just kind of just the way she feels changes. If she's going to have her nails on, she's not going to be like ready to, you know, go as Kevin. But if she has her nails on, she's going to sit there and be nice, and that's just how Allyssa is.
No, that's true. I do have a different personality. I used to say no, I'm the same person either way, but that's not true. When I'm dressed, I feel so much lighter and so much more
That's
airy
true.
and happier, so much more
True.
grateful, so much
Mhm.
more sensitive. You know, Kevin's ready to get it done. Kevin's here for a purpose, and
Thank you,
he's
Abby.
corporate Kevin, and you know, if he's got to whoop some ass, got to whoop some. But you know, Alyssa's just grateful for every moment and for every person that's willing to share this moment. I've had so few people willing to share this moment with me that I live in a different level of gratitude. So it does end up seeming like kind of a different person, although it's the same person. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
Yes.
you know, yes. And taking estrogen, it does help. Yeah, absolutely. You know, 7 years ago when I got on hormones, that leveled me out
Thank
mentally
you.
almost overnight. Within 72 hours, I was a different person. So, Robert, thank you.
Thank you for the rose.
Do Kevin's coworkers know? Yes. By this point, I think most people know about us. You know, once we went on live, when the articles came
Yeah.
out, and you know all of these things, then yes. Um,
That hair fits
oh,
you. It looks gorgeous. Cute.
oh, the live request.
You seem to be
Hey,
at ease as Allyssa. Yes.
I
Sorry.
do feel very comfortable as Alyssa. Babe, apparently people are, we need to watch our live request. I guess it's so easy for me to just talk and not
I don't know
watch.
where they come
Well, they
up.
come in right here. So this little thing right here is
Oh,
there's gonna be
shoot.
one or two there. And apparently there have been people waiting to go with us, and
Oh,
I
shoot.
haven't
I'm
noticed.
sorry.
No, it's not you,
Oh,
it's me.
there's one. I'm gonna.
Let's see. Maybe I'm not touching it hard enough.
Here you go.
Erica Hall. I accept Erica Hall. This is great. So this is Erica Hall. I'm so excited to speak with her. Erica, are you there?
You look pretty like that.
Oh, thank you. You know, I'm going to
Oh,
unplug this because I don't want you to have any kind of an echo. Last time I had to do that. Can you hear me now? Erica,
Are you like straight or like
are
are you straight?
am I straight? We're talking about sexuality.
Yeah.
Um, the answer is yeah. I mean, yes.
yes.
Yes. This
I
is
am too.
I was just gonna say you're like dressed up as a girl.
yeah. So whether you call that straight or not, the bottom line is I'm with my wife exclusively, who is a cisgendered female. Um, that's who I am with romantically exclusively. So whether it looks straight when we look like
Mm.
this, it may
Hi,
not look
Kendra.
straight, but that we consider ourselves straight.
I was
What
just
what
wondering
what? Why do you ask? Do you mind if I
because
ask
you're
you?
like just you're just dressed up as a girl, and I was just confused.
Uh-huh. What are you
Yeah.
confused about?
Like you were dressed up as a girl, so I didn't know if you were like straight or not.
Mm. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to point this out. So sexual orientation is who you go to bed with, and gender identity is who you go to bed as. So those two things may not always be related. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank
So
you,
overall,
Erica.
what is your impression of trans? Are you kind of for it? Are you kind of against it? What are your feelings with it?
It's whatever. Like personally, I don't care what other people do. Like if you want to be trans, be trans. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't
It's just
good.
other. It's
Well,
just whatever other people want to do.
right. Would you be nervous if I walked into a restroom and you were walking out of the restroom? Would you be nervous if I were in there with you?
No.
No? Okay, good.
Good.
Good. That's great. Well, that's good. Well, thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you for
That's I
joining.
appreciate the question and thank you for being here. I hope you stay.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Oh, that was it. Hold on. It says
True.
we're all people. We just do different things. It's not you. It's what you have in your heart.
There you go.
Oh.
Drew, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Drew, how are you?
Good. I got a question.
Okay. Drew, how old are you?
I'm 13.
13, wonderful. What state do you live in, Drew?
PA.
Pennsylvania,
we were just
great. Yeah, we were
there.
just in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful place.
Oh.
Drew, thanks for watching us tonight. Yes, what is your question? I would love to talk to you.
Nothing. I just wanted to see if I could actually get on here. I'm alive.
Well, you made it. So now that you're here,
You
Drew,
got it, Drew.
are you transgender?
No.
No. What grade are you in then, Drew? What grade is that?
8.
8th grade. Are there any trans kids in your school?
Oh.
No, they'd probably get bullied if there was.
Would they really? Has there
Yeah.
been any kind of gender training at all in your school?
No, because we're kind of living in the country, so it's not really thought of, I guess.
No, that's good. No, I'm glad. I don't think there needs to be. I think you meet somebody, they give you a name to refer to them by. You refer to them that name as you move on. I don't think there needs to be any kind of sex ed or gender education. I think we just need to show up to do our best work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, listen, I'm glad you made it on, man. I hope that you do your part to respect other people who may be a little bit different than you.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Drew.
We'll see you
Thank you.
later. Cute. Oh, how cute. Okay, I think we need to have an age requirement to go live. I think you need to be 18 to go live, unless
No,
you've talked to us before, so we can make sure it's okay with the parents.
Well, but we have so many younger trans people on here that we know are 12, 13, 14. I don't know.
Okay, well,
I mean, it would be better
I'm
if
just
their parents
a
know. 100%. It would be better if their parents know. I'm surely not telling them to sneak around.
Melissa, for the
But
flowers. Ooh, the
Melissa,
dinosaur,
thank you for that.
cute.
Oh, there's 2 people. Oh my gosh.
You have age kids.
Yes. Michelle. And what happened to it? Did I not get it to it fast enough?
Oh yeah, right there.
Oh, Michelle, are you here?
Yes. Oh my God.
Hello,
Yes,
how are
I
you?
am. Hello. I'm doing good from Ohio. How are you?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for being here.
I just want you to know that you guys are a beautiful couple. I do have a question
you.
though.
Yes, please.
Because it is kind of confusing. I just want to know, what makes you trans? Because if you are a man,
Mm-hmm.
at one, and then you dress as a woman, when you take your clothes off as a woman, you still are a man. So please help me to understand.
Great question. Thank you. So, transgender is referring only to the social gender. It's not referring to genetics. It's not referring to biology. It's not referring to farm implements, right? It's not about identifying like a tractor. It's simply, most people identify as either a man or a woman or a masculine or a feminine energy. So this is just saying, hey, socially, when you see me, you just by looking at me, you know those things that I value. You know those things that are important to me. You know a better way of how to communicate with me. So transgender is not about biology. It's simply the social construct of how you want to be identified, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not about sexuality.
I appreciate your guys' time, and I
Thank
continue to
you,
follow you.
Michelle.
Please
Oh,
please
thank
do, Michelle.
you.
Yes.
I
Michelle,
love your voice.
yes, a great voice.
So
Michelle,
pretty.
where do you live? What state? Can I ask?
We are we live in Hamilton, Ohio.
Ohio.
Right
Okay.
now we're in the Gulf Shores.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Julia is 18, so thank you for letting us know, Julia. That was nice of you.
I'm trying to bring in a few more people. Julia, thank you. There's a couple people. Oh, look, I've got 3.
Yeah.
I can. How are you? Is this Julia?
Yeah.
Hi, Julia.
You're really pretty.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Thank you for being here. She is gorgeous, right? I'm so lucky. Look at this.
No.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Where are you guys from?
We're from Southern Utah.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Maryland.
Coast to coast.
Wow.
I think my brother lives in Maryland.
You think?
Yeah.
It's a little, I don't know. He works in Washington, D.C. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Maybe it's Connecticut. Maybe he lives in Connecticut. I really don't know. Well, that's great. Well, what are your feelings about transgender? May I ask how old you are?
I am 18.
18. Okay. So you're graduated from high school? Okay. Were there any trans kids in your school at all?
No, sadly.
Mm,
I feel like definitely a couple of them could be now,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't see any in school.
No.
mm.
Would you be
And
worried?
that's just really, huh?
Would you be worried if you and I were both at the mall and you went into the restroom and I was in there washing my hands or whatever? Would you be worried seeing me in there?
As long as you're doing your own things, probably not. No,
Yeah.
Okay.
Good kind of-
I don't have a problem with transgender people. You know, I love everyone.
Well, thank
Oh.
you.
I'm bisexual, so
All right. Some people have a greater capacity to love, and I appreciate that
thank
as
you,
well. So
Tessa.
thank you. And thank you for sharing that.
Yes. Thank you for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
your
Thank you
nice
for coming
comments.
in. Do you have any
Yeah,
other
of course.
questions?
Nope.
No?
But
Okay.
thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Julia.
Thanks. Please stay with us, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cute.
Hey, how are you doing? Does it say Daniel? Is that what it says?
I think-
Yeah.
Daniel, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm good. I just had one question.
Yes.
What is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby, and it's only the one question. You know what? I would say if we're just talking hobbies, um, hmm, if I was Kevin, then it would probably be golf.
Okay.
Probably be golf
Yeah,
if I was Kevin. I haven't golfed in quite a while. See, here's the problem, Daniel. The problem is for the last almost 7 years, I've been working remotely, or I've been working all over the country. So I've been basically away, except for on the weekends, pretty much full time for the last 7 years. So I worked in Vegas, where we live in southern Utah. So we had a place in Vegas and a place in Utah, and I would stay in Vegas all week long, and I'd come to Utah on the weekends. So when I did have time off, I surely would not spend it golfing because my family hadn't seen me all week long. And so I didn't do hobbies before we had that arrangement, and I was gone all of the time. Then my son and I, we had little matching, KTM motorcycles, and we did all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was a harder question to answer than you thought, because for the last almost 7 years,
This
when
has
I'm
been
when I'm not working,
her
yeah,
hobby.
I'm doing something with the whole family. So hobbies haven't been a thing for me for a minute.
That makes sense.
But thank you for asking that question.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Well, have a good day.
You as
Thank
well.
you,
Thank
you
you.
too,
Thank
Daniel.
you so much.
You too.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Good one.
Oh, so nice.
It was so nice. Daniel's a good kid. Let's see what we got. Cosmic Nerd. That sounds amazing.
Aw.
Did that come in? I hope it came in. I have fat fingers. I have really fat fingers.
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like a lesbian. Oh, okay. Now where to go? I feel like a
Oh, she's
lesbian
gone.
trapped in a man's body. Is that a common thing? What are your thoughts?
A woman trapped in a man's body. I mean, I guess I've heard that a lot.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's more about the sexuality than a woman's trapped in a man's body. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Mhm.
But the reason why that doesn't completely ring home to me is that I've never been a woman. Like, I don't know. I've never had a menstrual cramp. I've never had a baby. I've never done all of those critical things that a cisgender woman does. So I can't really identify with those. What I can identify with is, man, I know how important cute shoes are. I know how important a cute purse is. I know how it feels to have a beautiful hair and just to look pretty. So that I can relate with. As far as relating to, I feel like a woman, I would have to know what that experience is like, and I simply don't. I just can't vouch for that experience. Hey, Holly, hello. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just want to let people know that I'm the wife and my name is Andrea. So if you're wondering, I'm just going to step off real quick.
So you have a son. How old is your son?
My son is 19 years old.
Okay. So how does he feel about it, and how has it changed the dynamic of your relationship with your son?
Well, you really would have to ask him how he feels about that. What I know is I know how he feels about me. He and I have an amazing relationship. We do some great things together. We just went on a street bike ride together not too long ago. Does he understand this world? No, he doesn't. This is not the world that is natural for him. Where I have two daughters, and it's really easy to go get pedicures. It's really easy to go shopping. It's easy to do some of those things, but he loves me all of the same. So those aren't activities that he values, but he really values our time together, and we do spend a lot of time together. When we can. He's in school now, but does he understand it? Probably not any more than any of my kids do. Probably not any more than my wife does. This is a
I
typical
mean,
thing, and I wouldn't understand it if I wasn't living it.
right. I mean, as a 42-year-old woman with 4 kids, I don't even understand the way this world is anymore.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
When you all hang out and you guys do your thing, do you hang out as Kevin or do you hang out as Alyssa, or is it a little bit of
No, it's both. It's
Yeah.
both. So they'll come in, their friends will come in, and we're watching TV, and I'm look just like this.
Mhm. Grandbaby comes in, says hi to Papa, even very, very
Aw.
cute with her, very soft. He totally understands gender, and it's just the cutest thing to see all of them be
Yeah,
respectful
yeah,
to you.
very very respectful. So it's just been kind of organically fluent. Everyone's just,
Yeah.
and that doesn't mean anyone gets it. It means that everybody loves me and respects me and doesn't want to damage me, and I appreciate that. That's kind of where we're
Yeah.
at.
That's how it should be. That's absolutely how it should be. I think you're great. I think you both are great. I just
Oh,
Thank you,
happened to
Holly.
stumble across you, and back a few
Thank
years
you,
ago,
Holly.
not a few years ago, but probably 10 or more, I was raised in a very, very strict, conservative, um, religious home.
Yeah.
And this would have been something that we never talked about, and this is not acceptable, and this is not how it's quote unquote God intended it to be. But
right.
times are changing, and when you step out of that and you see it with your own eyes, and you're not being made to see something through somebody else's eyes or how somebody else feels about it, it is
Yeah.
completely different. And I just think y'all are fantastic.
Oh,
It's
Holly,
just
what
fantastic.
that? Wow, thank you for saying that, and I agree with you, Holly. I think that God is probably not that interested in my clothing. I think that God's probably a lot more interested in my behavior and
That's right.
and my attitude than my clothing.
Thank you
So
for the
so thank
flowers,
you for
Holly.
saying that, and thank you for not being easily manipulated by a system or a business model that
Right.
doesn't allow you to support and love everybody. It's interesting, they believe in holy love, HOLY, but there's no holy love without holy loving, and they're missing it. So Holly, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you.
That's a very interesting way to look at that. I like that. The holy living without the holy loving. I love it. I
Thank
absolutely
you.
love it. I'm
Thank
calling
you.
in from North Texas.
North Texas.
Okay.
I was just in Texas. My people are from Texas. So
Yes.
yes, my
Yeah.
mom's from Texas, my dad's from Louisiana. So between those two, we eat a lot of okra. So thank you for
Oh my
coming.
God.
Yeah.
So gross and slimy, but okay.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you,
Thanks so
Holly.
much.
So
Thank you.
cute.
Bye bye.
Aw, thank you for the rose, Max.
Emily. Emily, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
We can now. How are you, Emily? Maybe
I'm well. How are you?
doing amazing.
Oh,
Oh, this is the first time I've actually ever done live.
oh,
Well,
welcome.
I'm glad you're here.
First off, I just wanted to say that I really love you both.
Oh,
I found you guys recently, within the last month or so. So I'm really happy to have found you.
oh.
So my question is, I respect and I understand your, you know, going 50-50, Alyssa versus Kevin. But I do have a question about, does your experience or your need to be Kevin for your family in certain situations, do you ever feel like it takes away from being Alyssa? or like takes away your any like feelings from being Alyssa? Like, oh, I wish. Like, do you ever have? I wish I could be Alyssa in this moment.
Well,
Moments.
it is a good question, and it's a fair question, and the answer is yes. And I'll give you an example. An example would be, we've just come out really. I mean, in the last 7 months, we do this live. Now the whole world gets to see exactly what I am and what I'm becoming because we're doing this for the first time live organically. But yes, I would say for the longest time, every Easter when the girls go out and buy their Easter dresses and do that, I always knew that that's something that I would really enjoy. And I would see the dresses and think, oh my gosh, that would be an amazing to have that really cute Easter dress. So I think I could just appreciate some things and some dynamics that were going on inside the family that I wasn't participating in because that's just not where we were at the time. Um, and I still haven't bought an Easter dress, but the answer is yes. There are times where I think that I would get a lot of value of doing some things with the girls, but there are other times where being their dad is important. Daddy daughter dates are really important to me. Spending time with my son is important to me. Going out on a date with Andrea where she feels like she knows I'm still able to protect her and provide for her and stick up for her and do all those things. All of those things are still important too. So,
well, I think that is very beautiful, and I really have a lot of respect for you for that, and both of you for not just, as you were saying earlier, not just being greedy for yourself and saying screw it all, I'm just going to be Alyssa, but also being conscious of what your family needs.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, it is important, and it's not always easy, but they're always worth it. Always,
Yeah.
it's not easy for me sometimes. It's not easy for them all the time, and I think I really got the easier stick on that deal. So thank you for saying that.
Yes.
Andrea, do you find that Alyssa doing that, Kevin doing that, is somewhat of an easier way to, I don't know if the right word is cope.
Yeah.
But do you feel like it's an easier way to navigate the situation when Alyssa is choosing to be Alyssa one day and choosing to be Kevin the next day, based on what you and your family need?
You know what? Alyssa does choose that on her own, but I do know that there are a lot of people who can't understand why she does go back and forth, and they say, "Oh, you're not trans if you're not 100% transitioned." But I am an empath, and I put myself in her shoes to try to understand where she's at as a woman because I do understand women. And so I'm able to just go that way for her when she might be feeling like she needs to be more of Alyssa, or she might feel like, okay, I need to be Kevin. So I'm able to put myself and say, you know what, you do you, I'm here for you, and we're going to get through it, type of a thing.
Yeah, she's very good that way, but it's not really fair for people to say, "Oh, you're not trans enough," which I get a lot. They don't know our dynamic. They don't know Andrea's needs. They don't know my kids' needs, and I just refuse to surrender any of Kevin if Kevin is what's good for my family. For these other people saying, "Oh no, you're misrepresenting trans," I don't represent anybody but myself, and I'm going to be congruent, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be fair to myself. And what that means is that sometimes I have to live outside of the gendered expectations that people have for me. And a better question would be, is it fair that people would have expectations for me? I don't run around with expectations for others, but they seem very at liberty to have expectations of how I should live my life and conduct my life. I would much prefer that they just judge me or based on my behavior as opposed to, what I'm wearing. I'm never going to look great as a girl, but I can't not feel great as a girl.
Well, I really appreciate that answer and those answers, and I really appreciate you both taking my questions. I'm calling from Maine.
Coming from where? Where did she say Maine?
Maine.
Me,
Oh.
New Englander over here.
Oh
Yay!
my goodness.
Thank you for being
Wow.
here. How
Thank
great
you.
is that? Got some East Coast peeps. It's late there, probably 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
Is that 11 o'clock there?
It's almost 10. My boyfriend is not
Okay.
home from work yet, so I usually stay up and wait for him.
Oh,
Well, thank you for spending your time with
Thank
us. We really
you.
appreciate you.
that's so
Absolutely.
nice.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
You-
Thank
you
you.
too. Hey, Maud said thank you for being here and thank you for helping us. Keep the pool clean. We don't want a lot of garbage in there. Be as patient as you can. Be as understanding as you can. I don't want to kick out people that just disagree with me or don't understand it. That's why we're doing this, just so they can, so people can ask their questions and understand. What they want to figure out is what does buying into this trans thing mean? What do I have to give up? What do you want me to believe? What does my participation look like in order for you to live your reality? And I just want to show people that you don't have to give up anything. I give you a name that I like to be referred by. You respectfully call me that name, and then we break bread together. It's really that easy. There's no reason to fear me in the bathroom. I was just in Dallas, Texas at a Top Golf, and they have gender neutral bathrooms. So, nobody's getting hurt in there. Yeah, select your
Hold
favorite
on.
one.
I was trying to see who it was.
Oh shoot, they're gone now.
They're gone.
Come back. We'll do it again. We're not getting to those people fast enough.
Lily said, growing up, LDS hasn't stopped me from supporting and loving you.
Oh, I
Thank
love that.
you.
Thank you for
Do you
for going outside the bounds of your belief system, at least the belief system of your peers, and
Mhm.
saying I'm okay loving people that they're not okay with. Thank you for being that strong.
Do you fear the way people will treat your kids because of the decision that
Yes.
you have made?
Yes, which is one of the reasons why I'm not Alyssa all the time. If I'm taking my child to work, if we're going to the movies, if we're doing things locally in town, I don't want my kids to have to answer questions from me. I would rather answer those on my own. So if I can protect them, I will. I won't be able to protect them, and I already haven't been able to protect them sometimes. But if protecting them is an option, that is the option that I choose.
Yes. Sorry.
Guys, I'm sorry that we didn't get to you in time.
Oh, Dallas had some flooding today.
Did it really?
We had some flooding here the last few days.
So
and
confused.
we had a tornado.
That's true. That's really strange for Southern
Crazy.
Utah. Does Alyssa like men? I don't like men. I don't like. I'm not sexually attracted to men. I'm sexually attracted to this individual right here, and only this individual right there. But no, I've never had an experience like that, and that's not something that would help me feel more whole. I feel as whole as I want to feel right now, and I get to be who I need to be when I'm able to be that person, and I'm going to make it work for as many people as I can.
Does estrogen affect intimacy?
It can. It absolutely can. It's a fair question. We don't like to
Thank
talk a lot about
goodness.
sex stuff because there's just a lot of young viewers here. But the reality is, depending on the amount of estrogen you take, it could very much interfere with intimacy. I've been on hormones now for 7 years. I have developed some breast tissue. If I'm not wearing this bra, I have to wear a binder so that my clothes fit kind of normally and I don't stand out. Um, but I don't take levels that impede me or impair me that way
Mhm.
because what I'm most interested in is being healthy up here. It's not about what's going on down here. It's about being healthy up here. So I self-regulate my own hormones. I just want to be stable. That's really where I'm at.
Someone asked if it was hard to accept the new dynamic. We have been doing this for 26 years. Not this, but like we started the process 26 years ago, and we're at this point now in our marriage, and she's in this part of her transition right now. So yeah, I have known, and it hasn't been hard to accept. It's just been hard to navigate with the world we live in. I mean, you've seen the trolls.
Yeah,
You
it's
see
tough.
the church, you see the religious people, you see politics and policies here, there, nowhere around. You just do what you can and try to stay positive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and JR, we're not looking to block people for sure. We do want you to ask questions and ask respectful questions in a respectful way because we're not interested in blocking. We don't want to kick anybody off the island. We do want to keep the pool clean. There's a lot of people here trying to get information. There's parents, there's teachers, there's counselors, There's a lot of people trying to figure out how to better support their people, and it's already distracting when so much gross comments come in and hateful stuff because it's driving these young kids back into the shadows. And saying these things is not going to make people not be trans. It's just going to make them not be trans in a healthy way in an environment that's good for them and protective of them. Somebody said, so you just like dressing up? I like being pretty. I like feeling like this. I like the routines that come with this. So whether or not you call that trans or creepy, or it is what it is. Trans is a word that that you guys came up with. You can call me gender expansive. You can call me a lot of things, but really, you just only need to call me Allyssa, and I'm going to be very, very good to you.
Someone said they're confused because you present as male on your page as well. Well,
I present as male.
Gender fluid, gender comfortable, gender. We just are us.
Evening, everyone. Good evening.
Well, hello.
First, I want to say, Allyssa, oh my God, you got me in tears. You are so beautiful.
Oh.
I mean, oh my God, you are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And oh my God, you are just beautiful. You're lucky to have a woman like this.
Right? Thank you for recognizing that.
Thank you.
Yes, keep the support. I am a 52-year-old gay male.
Okay.
And I used to dress in drag a long time ago.
Okay.
And we had bottles thrown at us at clubs. Some people did get hit with bottles. We've had things thrown at us that urine and all kind of stuff on cars going past to the club. So I know how this feel when people judge you by not knowing you.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to tell you is this right here: be yourself and be strong.
Oh, thank you.
Keep your family stronger. We need more people that's going to be more understanding and explain things the way that you're explaining it, the way you're explaining things to us. And it makes a lot of people more knowledgeable of what's going on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Can I ask you a question? Would you be okay if I asked you a question? Thank you for sharing, that you're a gay man and your age. Now, when you dressed in drag, when you did drag, can I ask you why you did that? What were you getting out of that experience? Were you trying to look more feminine? Was it about the showmanship of it? Can I ask?
I think the same thing as you. I wanted to be pretty. I just wanted to feel at that moment like I was just beautiful. And when I put on my whole personality, like if you look at me right now as a male, and then you look at me as a female, you wouldn't know the difference. I look way different, and I look more prettier as a girl.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I don't know. I just don't know what it is, but it's been a long time since I've done it. And plus, I really can't do it no more because, see, I wear a size 14 shoe, so it's hard to find 14 pumps. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Let me answer this question for somebody, because somebody's asking, hey, aren't gender fluid and trans two different things? They're both on the transgender spectrum. So trans simply means to cross over, right? Like transatlantic, to cross or to cross over. So anytime you cross over the gender, that's on the transgender spectrum. So whether you consider yourself a cross-dresser, a drag queen, non-binary, transgender, it doesn't matter. You're somewhere on that crossing spectrum. So that's why I personally use the word transgender, because it's inclusive of the entire spectrum. And I don't want anyone to say, oh, well, this is the definition of that. No, I'm just the definition of me. That's all. So, thank you for coming on and saying those things.
Okay, can I ask, how many kids do y'all have?
We have 3 kids.
3, and what's the ages?
22, almost 20, and almost 16.
22?
Yeah. And
you look like you're 22 yourself.
I know. She's like the inventor of oil volate, right?
Thank you.
She's so young.
22-year-old?
Yep. And we have a grandson who's 18 months. So yeah, we're grandparents.
Wow.
Good people.
Yeah, I thought you about that yourself.
I know.
Wow.
And she feels that. You should feel her. She
You're
feels
so
that.
cute.
Yeah,
Thank
you,
you.
you give yourself a lot of credit too. I mean, Alyssa, I know
Aw.
it's all about you, but your wife got to realize too. She got to give herself a lot of credit too, because she is
Aw.
really beautiful.
Oh my,
Thank
she gets
I
more
mean,
you.
credit. She gets
pretty.
more credit for
You're
sure.
so sweet. Thank
She
you.
fights
Yes,
battles
you
that
are
I don't
so
have to fight.
beautiful.
Thank you
Oh,
for
Oh
saying
thanks
that.
so
wow.
much.
Well, I just wanted to say hello from Virginia. We love you guys.
Stan,
Wow.
Keep it
thank
up.
you. Virginia's
Thank
for
you.
lovers.
Much, much love.
Yes,
Thank
Virginia for
you.
lovers. Thank
Have
you
a
for
good
being here.
night.
Thank you.
Thank
Y'all stay
you.
sweet.
And you,
Thank
bye bye.
you. I wish I could figure
Bye
out how
bye.
to.
Have you always felt since you were, have you always felt since you were a child, but you're Alyssa? I'm
Thank you,
71,
Mandy and
trying to
Josh.
understand. So, Amy, that's a really good question. So, Amy, can I do this? Let me answer that question like this because I was thinking about this earlier, how to help people understand the timeline. Because common questions that I get are, when did you know? When did you know? And that could mean a lot of different things. So let me do this because I was just in my head. I was trying to get this right. I was pushing this. In fact, I don't know if you can even read this, but let me just show you what I was doodling earlier. Okay, so this is a little timeline. I'm going to be able to answer a couple of questions, even though you can't read this very well. You'll be able to see what I'm doing. I hope.
Thank you
Okay.
from Instagram.
Yes, thank you for Instagram. Okay, can you see this? Hopefully they can both see this. This is a timeline. So I'm 50 years old. So I got 50 over here, right here. Now I get asked a lot, how long have you known? How long have you felt something different? Well, I've had an awareness that these things were important to me since I was like 6 or 7 years old. I don't have any memories where this was not influencing my thinking. That doesn't mean that I could pursue it. It doesn't mean that I could experiment with it. It means that I was aware that this was very, very important to me from 6 or 7. Well, for 6 or 7. Now, when I was in high school, my family moved away. They moved to California, and I chose to stay in Utah and live with one of my friends. So I did that through high school, and then as within a couple of months after high school was over, I went on a church mission for our church. So I went on an LDS church mission to Tokyo, Japan, and did that for 2 years. Well, after I came back, right now I that was from 19 to 21. I turned 22 shortly thereafter. So at 22 now all of a sudden I'm home, I'm adult. Now I'm dressing myself. So now I'm dressing, I'm going out for drives. I can't remember. This was a long time ago. I'm 50 years old. So this was when I'm 22 years old. It was scary because there was not even the word transgender that I could even tell people. So it was pretty scary, but it was worth every minute of it. So that's about 22. Well, at 23 years old, I get married. So at 23, I say, "Hey, babe, listen, this is how I feel. These things are
Period.
important to me. I don't know how to explain it, but oh, hey, look at that. I have a cowboy hat." So at 23, I tell my wife, and so in here she says, "Okay, great. Well, let's be the architect of some of the experiences you want to have." So we were able to create that all the way through here. Well, at 45 years old, this is when I got on hormones. Maybe 43 years old, I got on hormones. So I got hormones right here, right? But this whole time we're dressing. So my question to you, was I transgender here? Was I just a cross dresser here? Now here I am over here at 50, where we say that's it. I only want people in my life that know me, that I can have a really important conversation with. So at 50 years old, I start doing this live thing and say, that's it, I'm trans. So was I trans at 50, or was I trans at 45 on hormones, or was I trans at 22 over here, or was I trans here because this is where all of the feeling started and never stopped? So when people say, when are you trans, or when the trans community says you're not trans enough, I say, well, gosh, in your journey, at what point did you go from crossdresser to trans, or whatever else? So for me, the pronouns are not important. It's the journey that's important. And right now, I call myself trans because that's something that people are familiar with. But if you want to call me whatever, gender nonconforming, gender expansive, it doesn't really matter to me. Just call me Alyssa. So I'm at 50 years old right now. I'm not living full time. I'm living about 50% of the time. But this should help you understand why those different questions are hard to answer. So, when did you know you were trans? That's the timeline. Oh, shoot, I missed that. I was too slow to accept that. Um, I don't know how to answer that question. You can help me answer that question in a way that you'll understand.
No, she's not pretending, people. Come on.
Pretending to what? Pretend to be pretty? Yeah, I probably pretend to be pretty, but I feel pretty. And isn't that the most important part?
Yay.
Okay, who was it this Jennifer? Jen, are you
Hi,
there?
how are you?
Doing good. How are you, Jen?
Good. So I was listening to you guys speak to the younger caller in earlier, and I'm actually a teacher myself.
Oh, yay.
And
What grade? What
it
grade
made
level?
me feel. I teach in middle school,
Okay.
so it's a sixth, seventh, and eighth grade school, and it made me feel sad when we were talking about kids possibly getting bullied if they feel that possibly they could be transgender. And obviously I would never want any one of my kids in any situation to get bullied or to feel that they couldn't be comfortable in their own skin, not even just being transgender, but in any situation.
Right.
And I was going to ask you guys, what are some ways that possibly us as teachers could make, in your case, in a transgender case, kids feel that they could either feel comfortable enough to come to a teacher to maybe discuss, or to, certain ways that we could discuss with the other kids to obviously, be respectful.
Yes.
But is there anything that maybe a teacher could have done to help you if you were younger, or?
Jen, that's such a great question. It's such an important question. And I have several answers, but my first one would be the answer that I would give you for every one of your students, that the most important thing you can do as a teacher is to make people feel validated and make them feel important and make them feel smart and make them feel like their contribution matters and that they're worth something. It is harder to make a trans person feel like that because of the bullying, because of the snickers, because of the laughing. We can't go anywhere, even now, without hearing comments and laughs and all of those things. We just choose to ignore it. But when you're a young child trying to figure out, wow, who are the people that are going to protect me? It's a difficult thing. So I would say do those things that will give you the opportunity to make this child feel worthy and validated and important and special, like their contribution matters, because that's what everybody in your class needs. You just would need to make sure that the trans person's getting it just as much, not more than everybody else, but just as much. And you do that by being the example of, this is someone who's special, this is someone who's important, and if you'll treat him important, then the other kids will treat him probably as important as well. But if you scoff at them and laugh at them and make them look silly, everybody is going to feel validated.
You can tell she's not that way.
No, I can tell she's not that way. No, but there are other teachers.
I have a daughter 13 myself. I mean, yeah. I just would, in any circumstance of any way that she would be, I've never wanted anything like that happening to her. I try to, keep my kids. I always call them my kids because once they're in my classroom, that's it. They're mine.
Yeah.
They're
that's
mine.
True.
But
I have
it's just scary.
I have a friend who's a teacher as well. She's actually a para for an elementary school, and she has had the same question to us, and she came up with an idea to wear just the trans flag colors bracelet. So if the kids see her, they know that she's safe and they can approach her, and she's not going to make fun of them, so that's something she's
Where do
done.
I purchase something like that?
You could. Do we have any on our?
You know what? I'll look and see if we don't already have some on our storefront, then I'll put some up there. I know we have a trans flag. And then Jen, let me tell you why that's important.
Amazon, I'm sure.
I know a lot of people are down on the flags being in schools. Number one, I don't want sex ed and gender ed taught in school. I don't think that's appropriate. But I do want the flags in there, at least to be on the wall. Not because it doesn't mean gay taught here or trans taught here. It means gays are safe here. Sure, good. Trans are safe here. Most kids will never care one way or the other about that flag, but for those few people that flag means something to, it's going to mean everything to them. And they may not have a safe environment at home. They may not have parents that understand. And it is important that they have a you, that they have a Jennifer that they can go to when they need help, because they're probably going to need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard situation because I know that, even it's just very tough because you can't say, I'm just saying, like, in general, obviously I want
all my students would be treated with respect, of course, and, you know, being individuals, and I respect that. And it's just so hard as a teacher because sometimes we're not even allowed to like bring things up in the classroom because there are parents that don't want their kids to be taught about it, and it's very difficult, you know. And it's just
here's what I
black and white area.
Yeah, here's what I would say to those parents. There's an LGBTQ experience coming to your house. And so if you can wrap your arms around it now so that you don't ruin that critical moment when that child needs to come to you, you know, there's just no such thing as not embracing and at least protecting everybody. You don't have to do it, right? You don't have to be trans to protect the trans. You don't have to be gay to protect gays. You need to just be human and understand that everybody gets the right to love who they love and be who they be. You know, everybody, that's just basic human rights. And so those parents.
I see someone's comment right now, and someone said it doesn't have a place in school. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I do have my kids for 8.5 hours a day, and sometimes that is more time than a parent is with their child.
Right. Really, really good point.
And it is a place, because I need to make sure, as I do with any of my students, that this place that they're with me for a very long time, a teacher is not just education with math, social studies, science. It is a place of nurturing and caring and hugging and making sure that my kids leave happy and that they're fed.
Right.
And it's not just this. It's not just that. We do a lot more. Right. So it is something important that I can make sure that my environment in my classroom is a safe place for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're
it's not just that.
Teacher. We need amazing teachers like you.
Maybe the comments don't believe that, you know, we don't have to talk about it, but there's a lot more than we do than just that. So
yeah, I agree. You're like their second mom, too.
It is. It's true.
It is. I looked up to all my kids' teachers because I knew that they were, like you said, with them more than me throughout the day. And the respect for the teachers, I think we need to give a lot more to you. But I've been in the teaching. I taught special needs when I was pregnant with my first. So it's been a few years, over 20 years ago. And even back then, the bullying was too hard for me to handle. So I appreciate you and grateful for you.
Well, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. Sorry, I just wanted, of course, thank you. I just wanted to try wigs. I wanted to go a little darker, but with this dark of a wig, I really want to put on some darker lipstick.
Have a great night, guys.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Some people only have teachers. That's a true statement. Thank you, Dustin. So nice. Not a second mom. Well, I sometimes thought as my kids' teachers as their second moms because they were so good and they would teach. They would text me. They would call. You know, they would just. I appreciated them, and that's just the way I saw them.
Well, and to her point, she's with them for 8 hours a day, right? When I'm working, you know, if I come home at 7 or 8 or 9 o'clock at night, you've got an hour or two before bedtime. You know, right. I mean, you can only beat at somebody so much in 1 hour.
And that's when you're doing the homework that is hard.
Aubrey, thank you. So the teachers are important. They're so important.
Oh.
I can't explain it to my kids because I can't even understand it myself. But you can. Here's how you do it. You just say, everybody gets the right to love who they want to love. So when your son says, hey, why are those two boys holding hands? Because everybody gets to love who they want to love. And it's not about who you love. It's about how you love them. You love them loyally. And when they say, why is that a man in a dress? Yes, everybody gets to dress to their strengths. That everybody gets to do that. And you get to dress to your strengths. Let's talk about your strengths. What does a little person like you really, really want to do? It's easy to talk about. We don't have to explain any religious anything. It's just we support people living their best life.
Someone asked, so when are you finishing your trans journey? We're doing it right now.
I would when I die, I guess. I can't imagine I can't imagine just stopping, right? I wouldn't be whole, so yeah.
Someone asks, Dustin asked, how is taking
Oh,
hormones?
Don likes a. Dustin, how was taking hormones? It's absolutely it's the difference
Game
between being
changer.
healthy
Thank you,
and not
Aubrey.
being healthy. Hormones are the difference of being healthy and not healthy.
Yeah.
I can dress all I want, but if I'm not good inside, if I'm not good up here, nothing's good. And everyone knows that. Everyone who's on any kind of a medication, whether it be, ADHD medicine, maybe it's bipolar, maybe it's schizophrenia, maybe it's blood
Thank you,
pressure,
Cassandra.
maybe
Thank
it's
you, Aubrey.
whatever it is, you know how you feel when you're not right. And nobody needs to feel not right if feeling right is an option. And that's what hormones
This is
do.
a good question. Sam said, I know younger kids and teens get bullied for being trans. Do you think you received the same as them? Thanks, Aubrey.
No, I didn't because I wasn't, when I was a teen, nobody knew.
Maybe right now, do you get bullied the same as teens do right now as an adult?
Oh, thank you for those roses. Well, babe, what do you think? I mean, we can hardly go anywhere without, if we're on walking down Las Vegas Boulevard on the
I
strip,
am the way. Thank you.
people are gonna, say stuff and be
Wow,
weird and
thanks,
ignorant.
Aubrey. You're so sweet.
But what we choose not to respond to it. I mean, if I responded to everybody that had something weird to say, we would just be fighting all the time. I think it was Winston Churchill who said, if you stop to throw rocks at every dog that
Thank
barks,
you,
you won't get
Cassandra.
anywhere. And I just have to take on that mentality.
Hi, Tammy.
So, I don't know. I hate that kids are bullied because that's not coming from kids. That's coming from a response from their parents, from their churches, that some people are less than others. And that's unfortunate. I hate that for them.
Yes.
Okay, so they don't like the dark wig as much, so I should change it again. But the dark wig is fun, I think, for a few minutes, right? It's kind of fun for a minute.
Tell me, what did Theo,
Christy,
you asked
thank
a
you.
question. You
Let me
said, tell
change
me
again.
what to do. And I didn't see your question, so I'll see if I can find it. If not, please ask again.
So yes, when I am Alyssa, then I go by she and her. When I'm Kevin, I go by he and him. Just the same as every other boy or girl that you run across. So if you're having a question as to what somebody wants, just ask them. Trust me, they want to tell you who they are. They want you to know them. Every single person wants to be known.
Oh, I think
And that's
he
why
wants-
being transgender is so important that you understand. Even though you don't understand it, you got to understand that everybody wants to be known. And if you only knew Kevin without knowing Alyssa, you would never know Kevin. You would never know what was important. You would never know what I'm capable of.
Hi, Kinsley.
So- Okay, I'm going to switch wigs again.
Oh, this is a good question. Do you think this will ever get better? It's
Yes.
sad to me, but he just can't live
Yes.
the life we want. I think it's going to get better, and it has actually gotten better through time. And a lot of times people have asked me, well, how do you do it? It just doesn't seem normal. And I'm like, well, this is my normal. I don't know what your normal is, and I don't know if I can do your normal, but this is mine, and this is what I've chosen to do, and this is what I want to do, and I'm happy doing it. Is it hard? Yes. Is it easy sometimes? Absolutely. But just like any marriage, we have our issues, but a lot of them aren't trans issues. We don't fight a lot about trans issues, just everyday things that everyone else is. So I think that it's just our normal, and we're okay with it, and we're doing what we can, and we're doing it how we know how to do it best.
Yes.
There's your favorite way.
It's how we trans. But that's a great point, though, hon. And not that we fight a lot. She's like, well, we just fight about normal stuff. That's true. We don't fight about trans stuff very often. Because trans stuff means, hey, if we're going shopping, we're coming back with purses. We can't go shopping without coming back with
But that's
so
not why
much
I'm
stuff.
sticking with her.
No,
Come
no,
on,
no, 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 no.
I know people read into that. Oh, no wonder she's with a trans girl because she can go shopping whenever she wants. And that's not true.
No.
But it's more fun because she
It's-
understands that, having a lip liner and a lipstick goes good with lip gloss. So they understand. And there's no fighting about makeup, guys. just for you people, just for the record.
Isn't that funny? You say guys, and you're like, wait, I didn't want to offend anybody.
Well,
Yeah, we never want to
it's
offend
not.
anybody. We really don't. And guys is a very generic term for both male and female, and I,
Thank you,
say it too
Super Hannah.
sometimes. So
Wow. Oh, Super Hannah, you're so cute. Someone please tell me how to join the
thank you,
conversation.
Sam.
I think do you have to have so many people?
yes, if you have 1,000 followers, then you can just go click on that little pink and purple person in the bottom of your screen, and that will request to go live, and then I'll accept it. But as it turns out, we're not very.
Did you already try the
we don't know
red
very
one
much.
or not yet?
No,
Somebody
I
wants
didn't.
this.
I didn't try the red one on. Do we want? Is that one
Try it
next?
hot. The lights are on.
This lipstick is actually Bella May.
I'm
So
gonna go turn the
one
air
of
down.
one of our followers sent me some Bella May products, and so this is a Bella May lip liner here, and this is a Bella May like lipstick lip gloss. So that's the combination that I'm wearing right now.
I'm never cold. Hot, I mean.
Keanu wants to see the red one. Okay, we're gonna definitely do this. Theo, number one, do you have 1,000 followers? Because if you're not figuring it out, it may be because you don't have enough followers. TikTok requires that you have at least 1,000 followers in order to go live.
Not
What?
quite.
He doesn't. Oh,
No.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm new, so does that mean I can't join? Yeah, unfortunately, Theo,
You
right
have to
now
have
you
1,000
can't join.
followers.
I want you to
But
though.
go on the Discord and you can participate in those questions.
That's a really good point. So, guys, we have a Discord. So, if you go to our link tree, then you'll be able to access our Discord. And in Discord, we can have video calls and chats and text and all kinds of stuff. And there's other conversations going on there as well. So, go to our link tree. You can find all the products that we use. You can find our Discord. You can find our Patreon. It's very easy to navigate around there. Our social media team is the best. I mean, gosh, they got us up here on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter. They're absolutely unbelievable. I can never even start it and stop it very easily, and they've got us set up on all these beautiful things. How did you come up with your name?
I gave her name. We should figure out that date. It's been a while. How many years do you think?
Oh, it's been probably, I don't know, 12, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
I wanted to be able to, instead of refer to her as babe or hey you or hey girl, I've always loved that name, and that's always been a name in the back of my mind, and it never fit my children. And guess why? It was because it was for Allyssa. So there you go.
So it's super, super fun, and I really, really like the spelling of it. Watch, let me show you. I've been working on a signature. I'm going to show you the signature.
So fun.
But I have to erase my timeline. Was my timeline helpful, or was that just really confusing?
Oh, here's a good question.
Okay.
Sam asked, Andrea, do you feel like you get bullied or hate for going out with Allyssa? I do. I don't feel. I do. And
Judged for sure.
for a long time, when we would go out, it was like I was looking for people to look at us, or okay, they spotted us, or they're judging, or they're staring, or they're laughing, all the things. And I decided I'm not going to look for that. So when we go out, I try to make it a fun experience, and because when I don't, it makes it a not pleasant date for us. So if we just are more focused on each other, then we don't see the hate. We don't feel the hate. If we go with someone that's, accepting of us on a double date, then we can, feel that. But here's her cute signature.
Look. Yay, how fun is that, right?
Yes.
Now it's hard because it's kind of a weird, awkward pen with a
Your time
really
was
fat.
useful.
It was.
Amy
Thank
said.
you for that.
Thank you, Amy.
So yeah, so I'm working on the
Turn the multi-guess off. The screen is glitching.
multi-guest. I don't think
Lucy
it's on.
said it was cute. Lacey said love it, and Emily said that's so fun. It's so. It was fun watching her just do the fun little swerves and stuff. So it's cute. Which brought up our kids saying, "Well, we didn't learn cursive." I'm like, I forget that you can print your name out when you sign it. So
I asked
the
a
kids
question upper. I wonder what that was. I don't know what that question was. Are you married? Yes. This is my wife, Andrea. We've been married for 26 years. We have three amazing
Yes.
kids. We have one grandchild.
Sorry, I'm looking for the question that somebody asked previously, but I can't find it. Oh, thank you,
Thank
Jennifer.
you. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. That's so sweet.
I don't see that. Oh, hold on.
Hey, thank you for anyone who's watching on Instagram. This is our first night streaming on Instagram. I know that you can't read all the comments and questions, which is why we're trying to say those questions out loud and respond so you know what's going on. So if you're following us on Instagram, hopefully that's working. Hopefully it's streaming. Hopefully you can hear us, but thank you for doing that. Also, we're on YouTube, and you can find all of our credentials of the different social media platforms right on our Linktree bio.
Ofri had a question.
Yes, Ofri.
She asked, was Allyssa wanting to transition brought up when you first met? There wasn't the word transition in there because Allyssa wasn't, we didn't know what, how do I say it? What was gonna transpire, yeah. what was gonna, blossom, because we started out as, okay, let's do this and this and this. And then, 18 years later, we got more, open to going out in public and outside of our state and city, obviously. But then now that we are more open on TikTok, we're able to go out more in our little city. So
that's right. And since we've come out on TikTok, our friends that we wanted to tell all these years, they've been so incredible and so supportive, and they're so willing to be involved in this. And that's what makes life so full for us, is that we get to have real relationships now instead of fake ones that people never understand why we're not hanging out with them.
It's not that it was fake. It was just, we were kind of on guard with,
yeah, it wasn't fake. It was just private, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
I have a question.
Okay.
Wait. When did you? I'm 20.
Okay. What is your name?
My name is Shawnee.
Shawnee, thank you, Shawnee, for joining us. What a cute name.
When did you decide that you wanted to transition?
When did I decide I want to transition? Well, I've been dressing like this for 26 years that we were married. When did I decide that we were going to do it publicly, on live, organically, in front of the whole world? About 7 months ago. Yes. That's when I said, hey, you know what? I'm done filling my life with people who don't know me, who I can't have real relationships with in discussions of things that are important to me. So about 7 months ago, we said, I don't know what this is going to look like, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do it in front of the whole world so that everybody can see what it is and stop being so afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're not deviant. We're just different. And a lot of people are just like us, but they're afraid. They're afraid to come out of the shadows, and so they do hurtful things to themselves because they're afraid to live who they are authentically. So 7 months, I guess, is the answer that you're looking for.
Oh, thank
you.
I asked because I have a family member who's in the community, but at first she was afraid to tell her parents that she was into both girls and guys, and she kind of just kept dating secretly because she didn't know what they were gonna say or how they were gonna react.
Right. Wow. And did they react okay?
At first, they were her parents are strict, and my parents are strict. They don't support LGBTQ and all this other crap, but I support it because I have family members, and plus I had an ex who was trans, so I wanted to support it because I'm curious.
I think we're frozen.
Oh, are we frozen? Are you still there?
No, I paused.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry that your parents are just so against it. It's too bad, but here's the bottom line: they're going to change their mind at some point, because when it's your own people that are suffering, when they're hurting, when they need you, at some point you have to take a step back and you got to say, what's more important? These principles, my reputation, my pride, or my people? And at some point, I
Yeah.
think most people are going to pick their people once they get past, all of the religious nonsense and things that don't matter. Nothing's ever going to be more important than the people, than your people, right? So I'm so
Mhm.
proud of you for being young and saying, I'm not letting those belief systems interfere with the relationships that are important to me. I'm glad that you're still an ally and a supporter of people. You're a great person. Thank you for being that person.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You guys are beautiful, and
Oh,
I support what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're so sweet.
so sweet. Hey, what state do you live in before you go?
I live in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
PA
Got the
is- The
Pennsylvania.
PA is representing tonight. That's so great. Do you live close to Harrisburg?
I live about an hour away.
Okay.
Is it closer to Gettysburg where you live? No?
No.
Uh,
About 20 minutes, I think.
20 minutes from Gettysburg. Yeah, that's a very fun place too. We were able to see that for about 13 seconds, but it was so freaking cold. It was so freaking cold. We couldn't even get out of our car. Like, we would run up there, we'd take one picture, and we would sprint back. We were like a couple of Eskimos. It was unbelievably cold when we were there. Thank you for calling in. Have a wonderful night. You're a
Thank
beautiful
you.
person.
You too. Bye.
And bye bye.
Someone wants to know about your skincare.
Okay. Yes. You know what? You know what?
Jennifer asked about your skincare.
So my skincare is if you go and look on our link, if you go to the link tree, you'll see all of our makeup and all of our products, and you'll see that most of the products are not very expensive products. I don't use a lot of expensive products. I would rather put my money in the skincare than makeup products. If you have good skin, then really you can make a lot of products work. If your skin's really crappy and dry and whatever else, then it takes a lot of products to make it work. So we use a lot of eye image products. Andrea is a master esthetician, so we get so much through her.
A lot of medical grade.
Mm-hmm.
Just with our age, we need medical grade. The younger kids just need a good skincare, but we need medical grade.
So we use a lot of this brand right here. It's called Image. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Back here. Put your hand back. No.
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 So
we need
that's-
Addie to help
We need
us.
Addie. Yeah. We don't. Hey, speaking of Addie,
speaking of, we
she's-
got about
she's-
10
oh.
minutes.
she's got to be picked up from work right away. I'll accept this person, Mitch, and then we can go get her. We do.
Yes, I'm gonna go grab
Mitch,
my keys.
Mitch, are you
and
there?
I'll be right back.
I'm here.
How are you, Mitch?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing amazing. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I've been following your journey for like quite a while now.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to come on and just say like everything you do, that like you're such an inspiration to so many people.
Oh,
No, honestly though, even like as a gay man, you taught me so much. Like there's so many things I didn't know.
whoa.
Thank
Thank you.
There's so many things I didn't know, and obviously everything to do in the LGBTQ plus is it's a journey, and there's so much to be taught, you know. And when that teacher commented earlier, like it's so true what she's saying. Like there's so many things that like, I was never taught about LGBT when I was in school. So yeah, and so you've pretty much been my teacher for the trans.
Oh, Mitch, thank you for saying that. It really is. It's a difficult journey when you have to live outside of other people's expectations for you. And it's sad that they have those expectations for you, but when your own congruency demands it, life is hard enough just dealing with inside of here, much less all the hate on the outside. And if we can just lock arms a little bit more Red Rover type of a mentality, it just makes the game so much more fun. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you for following our journey. And I hope you do feel supported by us. I really do, because you're very welcome. You're very safe here. I just love you being here.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I just love being part of it, honestly. And you guys are so fun.
Honestly.
Honestly,
Thank you.
you guys make me laugh all the time, and it's not even things that aren't funny. Like, they don't even mean to be funny. Like, you two are just great. Honestly, the fact that
Thank you.
like, the fact that you two are together, like, it's inspiring. Honestly.
Thank you. Can I
love it.
ask
love
you a
your
question?
voice, so
I
thank
know
you for
he's got a
being
really
here.
fun. Hey, can I ask you a quick question while you're here? Because people ask me all the time if I'm gay, and I'm not, and so I don't understand your journey as much as I would like to. If I understood that journey better, then I would be better able to support it. Well, what does support look like for a gay man? So what would I need to know, or what is something that I could know that would say, man, if you understood this, you would treat me differently?
That's a hard question, actually.
Well, think about it, because call back in, because I would love to better understand your journey
Yeah.
and the journey of everybody in this community, because I want to be able to support them with more than just, rah, rah, rah. So if you want to spend any time thinking about that, I would love to better understand your story.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would say personally, other gay people that I've spoken to, I think I've had it quite easy. I've had quite an easy journey in the fact of being accepted. I think more to the fact, like, I've been accepted, like, throughout me coming out and, whatnot. But I think the other thing is being understood. Most straight people are like, but why do you love a man? And it's like, or why do you choose that?
Right.
And it's not a choice. It's not a choice. And people don't seem to get that like, in every part of the LGBTQ community, no, not everyone understands that it's not a choice. People think that I just choose to like men and I want to be gay, and it's like, I'm proud of who I am. Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of who I am. But people seem to think that it's a choice, and that bugs me. Like, because I'm like, I want to get through to people, and just not a choice. Like, did you choose to be straight? No.
Right.
You're just. I was born gay. It's crazy, but there's a lot of people that I've spoken to that are gay and have had it tough, like so tough. Or being accepted. The parents aren't accepting.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, I mean, when people tell me that, hey, look, being trans is a choice, you're choosing to sin, you're choosing to do all these deviant, terrible things. Eventually, I just got to say, you're right, it's a choice, and it's mine. And you have the same choice to go live your life, but my choice is to live as congruently and as healthy and as compassionately as I possibly know how. And this is part of that journey for me. But I support you with your choices as well. So I'm just, you're a good representation for the community. I'm glad you're with us. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch. Have a good night. If there's, go ahead.
I have two questions.
Yes,
okay.
yes, sir.
The first question, obviously I've been following your journey and etc. And you have said that you wouldn't fully transition, like you wouldn't become Allyssa, like all the. Why is that? Is that like a thing between you two? Is that like an agreement, or I'm just curious,
In the beginning, that was our agreement. When we first when we first talked about it, I said, I need Kevin some of the time. And that's who I married. That's who, I'm attracted to men. But I also, through the transition, have fallen in love with Allyssa, and she's just who she is. And whether or not people see us, the way we are is their choice. And luckily we know what happens in the bedroom, and that we're okay with that.
Yeah, so this has got to be an organic journey, and there's a lot of trans people that are upset with me, and I get a lot of unkind words said and sent to me because they don't feel like I'm trans enough, that I'm not representing them well. And I guess what they need to understand is I'm not representing anybody but me. I'm representing everybody who just needs to be themselves and stand up for what's good for them, not what feels comfortable for everybody else. Right? If I were to listen to what was comfortable for everybody else, I would be pushing myself and my family into scenarios and dynamics that weren't good for any of us. That's not what I'm about. I want to organically be as healthy as we can for everybody. But that's a good question,
Yeah.
and I thank you for asking it.
100%. And the second question, and then I'll go. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
If somebody was to say to you, Alyssa, where do you see Alyssa in 10 years' time? What would your answer be?
You know, I just don't know, because 7 months ago, I surely would not have seen myself right here. You know, I
Yeah, right.
never, you have to understand, I wasn't into social media at all 7 months ago. I'm hardly into it right now. And here I am, live stream, talking to you amazing people all over the world. I don't know what 10 years Alyssa looks like, but I'm pretty sure that I'll be supporting as many people as I can.
We'll just be older then. Probably
Right.
just doing the same thing now.
Yeah, Andrea will actually look younger. That's what's amazing. This is like
no.
Benjamin Button is what Andrea is like. Seriously.
You're so sweet.
She's
No.
gotten younger since we've been standing. She smells better too. It's weird.
I showered today.
Mitch, thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you so
It
much.
was a
Have a
pleasure.
great night.
You too. Thank
Uh-huh.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, it's so fun.
So fun. So, babe, how about this? How about we maybe another 5 minutes and then we'll just run off to get Addie?
Yeah.
Is that good? I guarantee she will be even more beautiful. She will be more beautiful. I'm telling you, I don't understand it, but every
I think they're
morning
talking
it's
about
like,
you.
I don't think so, babe. I've been looking at you all night. I can
Hi,
hardly
Alexis.
concentrate.
Oh,
Can you explain pronouns and how they fit into
that's
Alyssa
a
and
good
Kevin?
one.
Lacey, yeah, so it's very, very easy. Just if I look like a girl, just refer to me as she and Alyssa. And if I look like a boy, refer to me as he and Kevin. It just like we had never met, but we walked up and you asked me for directions on the sidewalk. Um, just use the pronouns that as I'm presenting at that time. It's so easy. People make a really big deal of pronouns, and I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying people in general are so worried about pronouns that they're avoiding conversations and relationships because they don't want to get the pronouns wrong. But the reality is, if you don't know, if it's not an obvious feminine or an obvious masculine look, then just ask. Just say, hey, look, how can I refer to you? How would you like that? And there's nothing more than they want than to tell you who they are. There's nothing more than they want than to tell you all about who they are. Because we all just want to be known. Everybody does. And which is why transgender is so important, because you wouldn't know me. You wouldn't know Kevin if you didn't know Alyssa. You wouldn't know.
Chris asked if you have different personalities, Kevin and Alyssa.
Go
To
ahead.
an extent, there are different mannerisms, obviously, because when like a girl wears a dress, we cross our legs, but we'll get back to that while you have your.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
What is your name? What is your name?
Lee.
Lee. Hello, Lee.
Yeah. Hello. I want support. I want to be like you, but I don't have a support.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lee. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found us. Lee, I would probably start with joining our Discord and just talking to other amazing people.
Not coins. I want a support in my to be to you like you.
Oh, I want that for you, Lee. So yeah, you're in the right place. Definitely join our Discord and we can talk, with a whole community of people that are just good people that want support and they want to support. Lee, where do you live?
Middle East.
Wow.
In the Middle East. Wow, thank you for joining us in the Middle East. What time is it there right now?
What?
What time is it right now where you are?
Dubai.
In Dubai.
In Dubai.
Is it late there or is it early?
What?
Is it in the morning
What?
where you are, or is it at nighttime where you are?
In the morning.
Okay.
morning.
Is it early?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
thank you, Lee, for being here.
So
Lee,
early.
Lee, are you
Yeah.
are you transgender?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Do you get a chance to dress over there in Dubai?
Yes.
Good.
Not outside.
Are you treated respectfully in Dubai?
Not good.
Not so much. Oh, I'm sorry.
Not so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you're
The dress in the home, not outside.
in the home. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that. Let me ask you, in Dubai, um, are transgender people, are they respected, or or people don't like it?
The people don't like it.
Don't like it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a very strong culture. Well, Lee, I'm glad that you're strong. I'm
I'm
glad
from
that you're living
Nebraska.
your reality and being true to yourself. I wish you had more support, and I'm really glad that you found us here. So just know that we're rooting for you, and if we can help you, reach out, okay?
I want to try the dress in outside, and I live with the people, with our people, in the peace.
Yeah. Yeah, you would love it. You would feel so whole. You would feel so empowered because
Yeah.
there's nothing more powerful than using all the switches that are turned on and just living in a whole
I
life.
I want I found someone to marry,
Yeah.
to live with him.
Yeah, I get that. I think a lot of people do, a lot of trans people do. I don't know how to help you with that, but just know that we're rooting for you and we support you, Lee. So thank you for being here with us, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right,
You
have a
good
great night.
and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.
you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, someone asked if I refer to you as my wife when you're Allyssa. I have before. I have just, it's easier to, this is my wife or my girlfriend or whatever, just because it's easier so I don't have to sit and explain it or try to, defend it per se. So, yeah, no.
Yeah, all my kids refer to me as Kevin, all of them. So even when I'm dressed.
Because I heard our son call you Alyssa the
Oh,
other day.
oh yeah. What did I say? Did I say Kevin?
Uh-huh.
I meant to say Dad. I didn't mean to say Kevin at all. They refer to me as Dad. So regardless of how I'm dressed, they will refer to me as Dad.
Unless she doesn't answer, it's Allyssa.
It's Alyssa. Alyssa listens better apparently. I don't know.
Not that. It's just we can get your attention quick. Just like sometimes if she's like got her AirPods in or something, and I'll be like, babe, Alyssa, and then I'll be like, Kevin, nothing. And then it's like, Alyssa, and they're like, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, well, listen, it's been an amazing night. Thank you. Thank you for everybody from Instagram. If that really worked, anyone saw us on there, thank you for joining us that way. And TikTok and YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and all of those fun things. Thank you guys for your respectful questions, for being here with us. It's been so much fun. Okay.
So much fun. It was nice tonight. I really enjoyed it. It was like, even though we didn't have mods blocking people, I was more focused on Alyssa's phone, so I wasn't reading the hate. So it was great.
That's
so
right.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your nice comments.
Yes, and join the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, go and join that and be part of other conversations and experiences that are going on. There's so many good people here in this neighborhood. So if you're looking for support, you don't have to be trans, you don't have to be gay, you just have to be nice. And if you're nice, if you're kind, then this is the right place for you. So thank you for being here with us, guys. It's been so fun. We appreciate you so much. So we'll see you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on
Thank you, Kate.
Pacific Standard Time.
Nelly.
And we'll try it again. Maybe some more wigs, babe. Maybe I can get out the pink one. I haven't worn the pink one
We haven't worn that for
in
a while.
a very long time. Guys, thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
So sweet.
See ya.
See you later.